and on the EU combined cycle can return, wait for it, 135 miles per gallon, emitting just 49 grams per kilometre. The bodywork is as impressive as the gizzards, all scoops and crazy shapes determined by the wind tunnel for a CD of just 0.26. Don't take my word for it though, but I think it looks absolutely stunning. The cabin is conventional BMW meets Buck Rogers with two massive screens and all manner of fancy readouts. The rear seats are weeny and the boot is even smaller. As standard, the car comes with tiny 195 front tyres and 215 rear sections. The test car has the optional 215 fronts and 245 rears. So the i8 is fantastically clever, but is it any good to drive?
So we've seen how all the technology works, but now we have to see how it behaves in practice, because the thing I find with these ultra complicated hybrid vehicles is that you could tell me that there are 4 squirrels and 8 pots of yoghurt by the front axle and a large buffalo at the back, but the proof's in the way it drives. And increasingly the proof's in how the clever engineers have calibrated all of this to work together so that it feels like a normal, organic motor vehicle. The i8 is quite surprising. I haven't driven anything quite like it on the public highway. First impressions, okay, we're on some open canyon roads now. I thought we'd do it this way around. We could have started cruising around in town, but really we want to put it in sport mode and see what a 360 horsepower genuine electric hybrid is like to drive. The answer is surprisingly fast. We were doing all the chasing with the WRX a minute ago, and out of the slower turns, the i8 leaves it for dead because it has torque fill, like all of these hybrids. So I pull out of a turn now, in third gear, put my foot down, I get that instant surge of torque. Gearbox is really nice and fast. It can be a bit lumpy on auto downshift sometimes, but it does match revs when you pull a paddle yourself manually like that. You heard the blip, off we go. The noise, well, the little 3-cylinder 1.5 litre inline 3, it makes a kind of parpy half a 911 noise, which is quite pleasant, but there's lots of augmentation going on in here. So we've got fakery coming out of speakers. I'm on the record as saying I can live with that and I don't mind it too much, but some people will find it a bit offensive. I quite like the noise. One thing I find strange about the i8 is that I try to sort of categorise cars by their sound signature. I get in them, and if it sounds a bit BMW M-like, inline 6, and raspy, that's a BMW M car. If it sounds a bit 911-like, it's a bit like a 911. Well, you get into the i8, and it sounds like a bit of a 911. The noise is behind you, and it's discernibly sort of 3-cylinder, 6-cylinder-ish. It feels and sounds like a 911. What's the handling like? This is quite interesting, this bit. In the sport mode, the 215 section front tyre is definitely the thing that gives up first.